Hi, beautiful souls. This is Ashoo here, and I'm here again with another Kundalini Awakening video. This time I decided to create a video on one of the questions that are received from my viewer, and his name is Kenna. So, Kenna, if you're listening, I hope that I would be able to answer some of your concerns that you have described in your question. So if you have any question related to your Kundalini awakening journey, and if I could help you in any way, do fill up the form on my website and contact me and send me that question so that I could try to create a video on that. So today I'm going to answer Kenna's question. And so let's get started with Kenna's question, and if it could help you in your integration process as well. Kenna writes, Hi Ashoo, I hope this message finds you well. Thank you, Kenna. I am indeed feeling very well, and I wish the same for you. I just read your story about having difficult symptoms. Yes, Kenna, indeed, my symptoms were very intense and difficult. And thanks for empathizing with that phase of my process and finding no one who could help. How you came to realize this was your soul's journey to figure it out. Well, Kenna, I did not figure it out. It happened for me. It was an organic part of my process. I was trying my best to figure it out by trying different things. But the more I was trying to fix it or trying to figure it out, the more I was not able to get grip of that. So how I figured it out, to use the terminology, figure it out, is to say that when I chose to surrender, when I chose to do authentic surrender, then only I started to get a sense of how to move forward in my journey. And that happens at a very much vibrational level, in a very much energetic way. So if I search for words to describe that, I think the time is too short, and I will have to make another video to share with you what does it mean to sense the nuances and textures when there is a shift of vibrational frequency happening in your energetic field. And I would greatly advise to those who would like to understand it to join the support groups that I'm offering, because I will be sharing all this information there as well. All right, so we move forward. All right, soul's journey to figure it out. I wonder the same about me, actually, and debated writing this for the same reason. I have reached out to many. It seems their advice is not helping either. Well, Kenna, I would sense from what you're saying that if nobody's advice is helping you at this point, there is an indication for you to look within and try to sense within your own answers. So that is what I did when I couldn't find help from the outside sources. And I know that at this stage, when we're trying to look for answers outside us, what is that force that is bringing us out to others to look for answers? Is that lack of clarity, lot of confusion, lack of referencing about such experiences in our energetic field, and not getting support from the near and dear ones because they lack those references as well. So that sense of fear, that sense of doubt, that sense of something is not right, brings us to find answers to others for validation. But when that doesn't happen, there is a strong call for you to start looking within more and learn tools and strategies that could help you to deepen your connection with your inner self and that inner voice that is trying to make contact with you. All right, so we move forward. Sometimes I wonder if I'm being guided to figure it out alone. But then I question that. Yes, I think that answers what I just said, that a sense of doubt, a sense of not knowing what to do, and if I'm on the right path or I'm too alone, all that begins to cloud your forward movement. But after you have tried each and everything that your reasoning powers lead them to do, after that, you're left with nothing else but to surrender to a force that is higher than you. So, Kenna, I hope that this clarifies to you that when nobody is able to help you, it's a strong calling for you to help yourself in collaboration with the highest force that is trying to rise within you and asking for your curious connection with that force. But I assure you that you're not alone in your journey. Yeah, this is your soul's soul journey. But many of us on this planet are going through it. So you're not alone. You are with so many of us. We are doing it together. We are in it together. And that is something that we come to realize in this process as you move forward in your journey and cross over these stages that you are currently sailing through. I had a spontaneous Kundalini rising without preparation. So did I have, Kenna. I would say that I was not even aware of what Kundalini is. I had heard the word, but that seemed like somebody practicing meditation in Himalayas. Maybe they go there to do it. Besides that, I had no idea what did it mean. I prayed to I prayed to know my purpose in this life out of suffering, trauma, addiction, low self-esteem, or self-worth. And well, God heard my prayers, but it all makes sense looking back on my life, why this happened. Well, Kenna, I would say that you are one of those blessed ones who was being heard. So that would make me think that there was some kind of purity in your prayers, or there was some kind of faith besides your destiny, that you were destined to experience this in this lifetime. This is a mysterious force, and it could happen to anybody under any given set of circumstances. So just consider it as a blessing in disguise, though you may be going through a hell lot of difficult symptoms and must be praying for it to pass as quickly as possible. But that is the test of the universal higher forces that are trying to put you through this um, tests, which once you have passed, you will emerge victoriously with much more sense of freedom and peace within you and a sense of self-connection that I can tell you, having endured it on my own as well. And well, God heard my prayers, but it all makes sense looking back on my life why this happened. My awakening happened in 2020. Trauma has caused looping to occur with songs in my brain, as in I have had songs playing in the background of my consciousness for 2 years. They never stop or go away. These are the songs from the radio, my favorite songs I don't like. In a desperate attempt to get them to stop, I have tried everything. They have shifted a bit, but I began following guidance to my purpose because I thought doing so would get rid of the songs. This never occurred before my awakening. Also, I'm not crazy. I do believe you're not crazy because there is a very fine line that distinguishes people who are undergoing Kundalini symptoms from a little bit of schizophrenia, I would say, or clinical depression. But I do believe you, you're not crazy, and you are undergoing a flurry of highly intense spiritual depression symptoms, I would say. I know what's real, what isn't. Well, my trauma has caused me to push and control because I just wanted the songs to stop, among other things. And now I'm in a scenario where for the last 6 months, I have been in a crisis which has ebbed and flowed. That's a very natural phase of your Kundalini awakening or any kind of spiritual awakening process. There will be many ebbs and flows and many such stages where you will be facing despair, hopelessness, and no matter how much you try to move forward, you are pushed back to fall down unless we learn to surrender fully. And it is only in this authentic surrender, trust, and faith, and of letting go, we are realizing in a very energetic ways, in a very vibrational ways, how things are shifting within our consciousness. And Kenna, I would again suggest that learning the art of true surrender may help to sink deeper into that surrender because authentic surrender doesn't come by easily. Our consciousness, as you said, that you are processing trauma. So if you are undergoing that phase, I would say keep working, working with a sense of hope. And I believe that this is one of the potentialities that this energy is trying to uh, expand consciousness through creating these stages of abs that she's making you resilient, spiritually resilient. We are learning to cleanse your vessel and your consciousness and your physiology of any kind of clutter that has happened due to the past conditioning, whether in the form of trauma or any kind of negative storage of information that is taking space in the memory of your cells. So, this is the time to heal and feel. I would again recommend joining support groups because we practice micro practices that may help you to start processing your trauma in the ways that is aligned with your spiritual process. All right, so let's move forward, Kenna. And I really appreciate the time you have taken to write such a long question. I can really sense how much energetically you are going through right now. So Kenna says, I was following guidance to work on my purpose, and every time I did anything towards what I have been guided to do, clearings would automatically occur in my blockages or painful spots in body. What a good news, what a blessing. What a blessing it is, Kana, isn't it? And that is an answer to your first part of the question that no matter what you're trying to do, you're not able to fix it. But when you are surrendering, you are witnessing this miracle and magic of clearance happening. So, You're beginning to realize what true surrender feels like when this miracle and magic starts happening, and your faith starts growing in the power of this energy that is much higher than the ego that tries to stop us from going into authentic surrender by believing that we can fix it. All right, so let's move on because I'm reading on my phone and I really have to enlarge it to read, so it takes some time. It's like I have been clearing nonstop for months without trying, but also with trying. Yes, I love it. Without trying and with trying. I think we must make one video on that. Without trying and with trying is very powerful in this process. A part of you is trying to clear whatever is happening, and a part of you is failing in those clearings. And suddenly, a part of you feels that when you surrendered, and this is what you're doing, this is what you're trying to do. Whenever you try to truly surrender, the blockages shifted. And that is your guidance torchlight. That is your guidance spotlight. That these are the spots of your surrender that you need to connect more with. In those spots where your healing happened, where your blockages got cleared. And I'm so happy for you, Kenna. Well, one day I did a clearing on two spots, unsure if I should or not, but seeming guided too. Seeming guided too. I love that. See how your intuition is trying to guide you and bring you in, reap you in, and you started listening to her. And it resulted in a realization of my control issues. Wow, what a wonderful awakening! Realization of your control issues. This is where your ego is coming to terms with acceptance of this higher life force energy and opening the doorways to let her integrate into your consciousness. What a beautiful phase to go through, a blessing in disguise. And tons of energy flowing in my body nonstop and constantly clearing. Good news, I would say. It shakes and rumbles in my body, causes a swirling sensation which makes me feel nauseous. If you're feeling nauseous, I would say congratulations because your system is healing, healing from those traumas that you mentioned in the ways which were beyond our limited egoic sense. So just send your gratitude to this energy for causing this nausea for you, because in this nauseousness, a lot is happening in the background. And dizzy. When I feel lightheaded or dizzy, a swirling feeling, my heart races a lot. The energy in my legs causing the muscles to feel exhausted. That's very natural, Kenna, when you are undergoing a healing process at the deep, deep cellular DNA level. Your body and your hormones or glands are releasing hormones rapidly, which is causing your glands to feel exhausted. So a lot is changing, a lot of rewiring is happening in your body, mind, and spirit. So bear with it, and soon it will pass. And that is a part of your spiritual awakening process, undergoing these phases of exhaustion and confusion and doubt and fear and panic to emerge out with more clarity, peace, freedom, and connection with the self and the source energy, the spirit, or the higher universal energy that is operating through this universe. It gets super intense and I'll sit with it. It will come after a day or three, but then ramp up again. Yes, it may happen distinctly, subjectively to different people in different ways during different phases of the Kundalini process. There will be ebbs and flows, as you mentioned. So bear with it and surrender to it. Do whatever you're guided to do during such times. When you completely surrender and you trust, it may not be easy, but I would say that is a container of the authentic healing to happen when you're giving allowance to the energy for clearing to happen for you. So just keep on mastering the art of surrendering to the unknown with complete trust and faith and patience. There is a lot of confusion, a lot of super ego layer, all hard stuff. I'm not sure what is being asked of me because I feel like my mind or ego is threatened and trying to confuse, sabotage me all of the time. Well, I believe that these are those parts of your sympathetic nervous system we call fight, flight, or freeze that are coming to the surface because everything that you are required to process during this time is thrown off from the recesses of your unconscious and subconscious to come to the surface for you to feel and heal so that your deepest layers of your beingness can experience that sense of peace and freedom once you're able to heal them by feeling them. So you're right that your mind or ego might be resisting it. And it's in that surrender, authentic surrender, you will be able to heal these layers of trauma or the parts of you that are trying to uh, take your attention right now. And I would again suggest learn, as you said, that I'm trying to do it with effort and without effort. So definitely will require some effort on our part to do some techniques and strategies and learn some skills that would help us to integrate and align with this powerful energy. So I would recommend you to learn, get some psychoeducation, Kundalini education, join the support groups, interact with people who are undergoing this process. You're welcome to join our group in the month of July. The link is in the description box below if you would choose to. All right, so we move forward with Kenna's. I make a decision and energy starts rushing through my body. I think a thought and the energy starts to rush. Yes, Kiana, the energy is trying to tell you that you have to surrender more. You have to stop doing. You have to stop thinking. You have to stop doing whatever you were doing in the old ways. So whenever you get this indication from the energy, it's time to stop and surrender. She's wanting you to undo those thoughts. She's wanting you to undo. She's wanting you to surrender them. She's wanting you to just be in the moment right now without having any expectation that your thoughts are trying to create for you. So we keep moving with Kenna's big note. My nervous system is in overdrive. Yes, as I mentioned, your sympathetic nervous system is activated and your autonomic nervous system and different parts of your autonomic nervous system are embodied in your ebbs and flows. I have been dealing with insomnia, weight loss, although my appetite has come back and I am eating more than I have in 6 months. That's the good news that your appetite has come back. And this is also validating that how this energy, she is there to balance you out. She's there to bring you into homeostasis. She's there to bring you back into your original state and cleansing you of anything that is not needed. And all these symptoms are temporary, as you have experienced that your appetite has come back. So let it be and just do your best and take care of yourself. Love yourself more, and other symptoms will subside as well. I'm also being put in a scenario with K to trust. Yay, that's good news. I'm so happy for you when I hear this word that you are in that stage of your integration where you're dealing with the difficult symptoms as well as you are integrating her in parallel with those difficult symptoms. Yay, yay, yay. Three shout outs of yay for you because I'm really feeling a sense of happiness and sensing that you're gaining that trust in this energy, and somewhere you are in a surrender process as well. I quit my job and I am low on money. That's true, Kenna. Many of us, when we are going through these stages, are low on money, and this is a passing phase, believe me. Just keep on doing what you're doing, keep on praying, and the resources will come to you in right time. What you need right now, you are provided in the it's our ego mind that is trying to threaten us, that has been conditioned to think otherwise. Been looking for jobs and I'm faced with uncertainty while dealing with all of this, which is only causing my mind unease. I have tried all grounding techniques. Nothing really changes it. Nature, swimming in rivers or springs helps more than anything, or doing things like doing the dishes. Yes, Kenna, you have to figure out what works for you. And since you have mentioned that going out in the nature and doing these activities of swimming and connecting with rivers, if that is helping you, keep on doing that. And doing simple chores like dishes could be very grounding as well. I used to do it when I had out of body experiences, and that really helped me. Or talk to a friend, talk to a person that you trust and you feel safe with. I tried the laughing yoga yesterday, but in laughing began to cry instead. That's perfectly all right, Kenna. If you were beginning to cry, that's a good news because in laughing yoga, there is a lot of pent-up energy that is released through this unconditional laughter. So I would say that this is a good sign, and keep on practicing laughing yoga because you have nothing to lose, but it will help you to connect with the unconditional nature of your Kundalini energy. Since laughter yoga is all about unconditional laughter. And it will really help you to let go of a lot of resistance that interferes in the integration of your Kundalini process. And when I cry, the symptoms get way worse. Honestly, I get the surrender thing now. I understand I need patience. Yes, Kenna, you understand correctly. This is a spiritual quality that you're being called to attend to and integrate in your consciousness. And if by practicing something, sometimes when the healing is happening, our symptoms become worse, and that's an indication that something is trying to leave our symptom because after that verse, you will feel a great sense of release and relief as well. So that's a sign of some healing happening in your being. The lessons learned the hard way, that's fine. I can do this slowly and with ease now. And I'm happy for you, Kenna, that you have come to that understanding that you have to slow down and do the things at your own pace, because that's what energy is asking you to do. And she's trying to decondition our egoic mind that is always in the rat race and rut of running around, doing things, multitasking, and trying to achieve. So she's trying to bring you back from that mindset. I can learn, and I'm learning surrender. I know with all of my heart, Kundalini wants to help me. That's the good news. I'm again very delighted to hear that, Kana, that you are in that stage of surrender where you begin to identify the requirements of this integration process is surrender, and doing it with patience, doing it with ease, doing it at your own pace with slowness. But the energies are so intense, I just want to figure out how to get them to come, if even just a little, or find clarity on what it is that's causing it, or what I can do every day to get it to be less in intensity, if anything, because my mind is having a hard time. Yes, Kenna, our mind is having a hard time, and this is a struggle, and this is the part of the process that you have to start surrendering to. You have to start surrendering your mind. You have to start surrendering your mind to the energy. And when you will be able to do that, you will find more ease in your process. So, as you said, that you are at that stage of your process where you are having awakenings and realization, you are at ebbs and flows. And this is a part of one of your ebbs that your mind is resisting. And keep going on your journey, because I feel that you're going in the right way. And very soon you will find answer to this, and more ease will start developing in your process as you keep surrendering to the resistance that your mind is struggling with. There is more here, but for now, you get the picture. Yes, I do get the picture. I not only get the picture, I sense it, Kenna, whatever you're saying. I've been through that all. So I very much understand it with a deep sense of embodiment, I would say. Anyway, wanted your thoughts at this point. I figure it doesn't hurt to ask, to try. I know it is the weekend. I hope you are having a good one. Thanks for reading and thanks for writing, Kenna. And I hope I'm able to answer your concerns in this video. If you are hearing, do let me know in the comments if I'm able to answer your questions. And if any one of you have any questions you would like me to create a video on, do fill up the contact form on my website with your question, and I will try to answer them as soon as I could, because I can't promise that the day you ask a question, I would be able to answer it. But I can keep it in the list of my upcoming videos and try to answer as soon as possible. And in the meantime, if you would like to join the support groups where we do micro practices and connect and try to create a nurturing, sharing, caring environment, you can register. The link is in the description box below, because I don't take more than 6 people in one group for a close and more engaging communication and connection. So I look forward to having you in these support groups, as I really think that it does help in uh, expanding your energy in the ways that could be supportive and helpful in your process. So if you like this video and if it was helpful in any way to you. Do give me a thumbs up. And subscribe to my channel if you have not done so, and press that notification bell so that you instantly know whenever I upload a new video. And I hope to see you. Bye. Stay blessed wherever you are.